You are looking at a bird's eye view of this morning's traffic location. Good morning, LaDonna, and a pleasant good morning to you, Bahamas. Your Thursday morning traffic report comes to you live from Nassau Street. We're just outside of Commonwealth Bank with the University of the Bahamas right beyond us. Now, this area has experienced on and off congestion over the past few months due to some ongoing roadworks and traffic diversions. Now, it seems like those roadworks have paid off as some of the street has been paved. You want to keep an eye out for more traffic diversions and roadworks over the next few weeks. And you want to take note of that out-of-service light by the intersection of Boyd Road. Now, joining us this morning to give us some details into the happenings on Nassau Street is Constable Patrick Kemp of the Royal Bahamas Police Traffic Division. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Ms. Anthony, and good morning, Bahamas.
Now, we understand that there was a traffic incident overnight. Can you give us some insight as to what happened?
So far we have had some 17 accidents total within the last 24 hours. 4 of those occurred with injuries, 2 hit and runs, and 1 fatal. Sometime in the early hours of this morning, we have had a 3-car crash that occurred in the area of St. Albans Drive, West Bay Street, where a motorcyclist had succumbed to his injuries due to that accident. And he's believed to be in his mid-40s. And I'm going to encourage and continue to encourage the motoring public out there to continue to drive with due care, attention, and have some patience through the streets.
Any insight as to what might have caused that crash, what factors would have played a role into that incident?
Well, the details right now are still a bit sketchy. We are still in the initial stages of our investigations, and upon completion, we will definitely update you.
So we are just halfway into January, and it seems like the traffic incidents are already coming to a high. What's it been like so far in 2020 in terms of traffic incidents?
It is high. It is high. So far, within the last 48 hours, we have had a total of some 40 accidents, and it appears as if it has increased. And again, it's due to persons not paying attention. They're not making good judgments while traversing through the streets, and I'm going to encourage them again to continue to pay attention through the streets. Also, I like to mention, we've become so desensitized, Ms. Anthony, and social media. Persons would arrive on these scenes, and they tend to record, take pictures of the injured parties involved or the deceased, and they send those out. And that is not good. That is not a good thing for a loved one or a member to wake up or open up their social media and to discover that their loved one have been seriously injured or killed. And outside of traffic, where there's a homicide, we ask that you please have respect for those family members and loved ones.
We understand that incidents like that has already taken place already in January with traffic accidents. One in Abaca recently being posted to social media. How do the traffic police deal with this on scene? How can we discourage this?
Well, one of the ways is like now, and that is to encourage the persons by way of the morning edition. And by encouraging them via social media to please stop it. Put yourselves in those persons' shoes. There's very little we can do when we don't arrive on the scene, in most cases, before these people. Persons usually on the scene before the officers arrive. Now, when we do come, we take control of our scenes and to avoid this type of thing happening.
You spoke about paying attention on the road to avoid accidents, not paying attention, as well as minor infractions on your vehicle like broken taillights can easily cause accidents. So can you speak to this for the public?
And this is why whenever you're stopped by a traffic police officer, such as myself or any officer, we tend to conduct a full inspection. And most persons, they probably would complain and say, the officer stopped me and he wanted to do a full vehicle inspection on my vehicle. And we have the power to do that. It's because of the little minor infractions that we take for granted. they can cause accidents, believe it or not. Persons who are driving on the streets without side mirrors. You want to make a turn, it's hard for you to do that successfully when you're not sure if your way is clear, especially for persons who tend to overtake. Coming from behind, persons that still use driving vehicles without signals, brake lights. These things do aid in the accidents occurring. And so one of the things that we're doing is we're putting pressure as we stop these individuals for infractions, and we are conducting a vehicle check. And then again, road traffic. They do a very good job before licensing these persons' vehicle or passing them for inspection. They tend to turn them away and to have their vehicles corrected before they would have approved them for the streets.
Now, especially in 2020 this year, this is why you want to keep your license and registration up to date to make sure your vehicle is in compliance with all of the road laws. As for that traffic incident, we're going to update you with the details as they come in. For now, I'm Antoinette Smith from Nassau Street. Back to you in the studio, LaDon.